Hello and welcome to PA Match's first cast. I actually wasn't casting this match at the start because I haven't had much luck with randoms, but this match actually turned out to be a pretty good one, so I'm doing an after-action report review. I'm gonna watch it in 2x speed, so we'll get it over with sooner. Just a fairly standard metal planet, only one planet in the system. Orbital is under so much just construction and not working that I tend to prefer to only play one planet matches for now. We'll see. So I started off with a fairly standard 3 metal, 1 energy build. My opponent, Java, started out with 2 metal, 1 energy, and a factory, and then energy, metal, metal, and on. Whatever he did seemed to work out well. He got out some early raiding units, which currently I've been relying mostly on turrets for my early defenses. Again, playing against randoms tends to... Oh, we got a stuck bot. Playing against randoms tends to be fairly one-sided, and randoms normally aren't very early on aggressive, so it's not something I need to worry about. He's got energy storage and already going up with a second factory, air factory. Get out some scouting. We started off fairly close together, but these choke points right in here are just... they're really annoying to traverse. All of your units funnel down into one line and can be easily picked off by turrets and pelters and blobs of units. So metal planets create some very unique tactical challenges. Oh, he's already scouted me. I'm expanding. My economy's doing fairly good for now. Okay, and then here we go. Starting to get my scout out. Figure out where he is. I start by scouting in the directions that I'm expanding because I don't want to expand towards him only to have him already claiming some of the metal areas that I've got. From there, I then hit up the main metal points and found him fairly quickly. He's got this pesky scout that landed there, which I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but for whatever reason, interceptors cannot shoot at landed air units. After I put out my scout, I got out an air fabricator. Air fabricators are very inefficient builders, particularly in their energy consumption, but they can reach out to some of these metal areas. So I just had him snag up. Most of these are unbuildable, unfortunately, but I had this fabricator go out here and snag some metal. Why not? There's no reason not to. It's some easily defended metal. And he's got the scout landing again, making it unable to. So let's see how he's doing. He's got a lot more factories than I do, but I tend to say that I've got a little bit better economy, and I'm starting to pump out my factories. Got some forward factories to pump out ants. I like to figure out where my opponent is and then build a bunch of forward land factories and then just pump out a huge blob of ants and send them in. Start out with some vehicle fabricators. Getting up a radar so I can get some recon going. Radar pops up. I see his incoming raid, so I pull my commander for defense and I try and get up a turret, but that is unfortunately unsuccessful. I've also got a long build queue. I want to get some pelters here to close off this choke point and shoot at any of these areas over here. Commander's coming forward to fight them off, which I do successfully. Got these factories. I built these up queue earlier. I like to have factories, particularly with bots on the fringes of my base for raiding. This would have been a fantastic spot if the player had been built over here, or started over there, because I could have raided over here and come in from behind. So it's not quite as good of a spot, but I'm able to use that to flank down the side. So he's coming in from the sides again, or from the front. I now have units ready to defend. Unfortunately, I don't finish that turret. He's building a pelter. Got one over here. Got my commander starting to build factories to churn out ants. Working on an advanced bot factory to get some advanced economy going. Now try and go on a little bit of a raid. Flank from behind. Should have finished that turret. That was a mistake on my part. Oh, and I've got some idle factories. That's never good. Yeah, and he's got this ant coming around the side, which was a major annoyance for me. I was not prepared for that. Caused me some annoyance and setback. Got these blob of doxes, or scampers as they used to be called, forming up. Radar coverage with the turret. Pulling back my doxes to ward off the small raid. He's got the pelter up, which managed to destroy my radar. I put up a wall and a pelter to try and counter what he's got going. Oh, we got a raid going. Fortunately, ants outrange doxes right now, so I left these idle and got a bunch of losses. He's got a lot of anti-air, which is I noticed something people are doing lately is getting lots of anti-air turrets up. Some people are even relying them exclusively for defense, which is a very poor move because the missile defense turrets are fantastic against air units, but not so much against ground units. So I push forward with these ants to try and do some front raiding, and unfortunately run into this turret, 2 turrets, and don't make too much progress. Let's see, how's he doing? He's got a decent sized base. Ooh, idle, that's a bummer. If he had gotten these building and then gotten up a blob of doxes and then come around this side, I would have been in trouble, especially if he'd done that earlier. Here's this lone ant, and that's causing me problems. Most annoyance. The biggest problem that he did, though, is he destroyed this fabricator building my advanced bot factory, which I didn't realize and set back my advanced production, which hurt my economy. Okay, let's see what else is going on. He sends in a little bit of a raid that I missed. Building up forces. Struggling to try and get my economy back on track. I got my commander building up some energy, which always have your commander building. Always, always, always. He's by far the most efficient construction unit in the game. Actually, not by far, but no, he's the most efficient, so you always want to have him building, be it buildings or just assisting factories. That's also good. Got this laser defense tower up here and here to cut off these choke points. Metal planets. Oh, he's got these factories building. Metal planets have tons of choke points, so use lots of turrets. Got my pelter up, which is chipping away at these defensive towers. Unfortunately, I'm so far in the negative, my radar is down most of the time, so I don't see some of these incoming attacks, nor does my pelter have proper coverage. Got my advanced vehicle factory starting to put out levelers, and slowly. Got this raid coming in, popping in and out. Unfortunately, doxes have a range of 80, if I remember correctly. Laser defense towers have a range of 120, and ants a range of 100. So forming up death ball to get some flanking, because this choke point is just locked down with this pelter and laser defense towers and anti-air towers, so it's not a good route for me. So try and circle around behind and take advantage of this nice large area right here. Let's see how he's doing. Expanded out the back, very nice. He's got advanced going up. He's got these bots coming up. I'm working on getting my economy back on track. Finally got some advanced bots to get some advanced economy going. And here we go. Attack. Pushing forward. Gets up that laser defense tower, which I avoid. Start pushing through here, damaging some of these factories. Economy would have been a better target than factories. If you damage their factories, they can always rebuild them because they've got a stable economy. Okay, here we go, pushing into their economy. Early on, when it's an even match, you really want to target their economy, because if they have a really negative economy, it's a lot more difficult for them to rebuild and recover from the loss. So I take a chunk out of his power, take out a bunch of metal extractors, or mexes, as they're sometimes called. Oh, should have finished that off. So I just came in from the side and totally bypassed these defensives that are up front, and now try and push through it. Here's the choke point that I'm talking about. If he had a row of pelters, which he has one, but if he had a row just like right in here, anything that comes through this area would be completely demolished. So got a level or 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I got a handful of levelers in the mix, which really help out. At this point, I didn't know that he had all this, so there we go. There's my scouts. Go in and discover all this area, so I then push forward here and get obliterated by this advanced laser defense tower. So decide not to come through that area and go to raid. Oh wow, I didn't even know that he had this area over here. Continuing to amass forces. Don't want to come through these choke points right in the middle of his base, so I'm circling around to the side. I got these hummingbirds providing intel. Push forward with this small group of raiding doxes. Try and destroy this tower before it gets built, which I do. Then avoid that laser defense tower. Laser defense towers are fantastic structures, very powerful, and able to chew through lots of units, especially when they're paired with a wall. Downside is, you just go around you, which I do here, causing great damage. Come in, raid their economy, circle around, and hit this advanced power, which really hurt him. Oh yeah, and then he was building that nuke launcher, which was, at this point, his only hope, and he had to abandon it with his commander to force off these attacking doxes. In the meantime, I've got a pretty decent sized base. My expansion is slowing down because I'm focused more on these raids, trying to make sure that they hit the pressure points, the undefended spots. And here's the match. Gets off very nice supercharge. Very nice. Got the units with our fabricators healing them. Unfortunately, this second group finishes them off. All around, good match. Yeah, he kept me on my toes with some of that early raiding. Very nice refresher from facing randoms. All around, good match.